Everything you need to know about living in the Saanich Peninsula area of Greater Victoria, and some things I wish I had known sooner. For those who don't know me yet, my name is Chris Cochran, seasoned realtor with eXp Realty. If you want to know more about buying, selling, investing, or like most people are simply faced with one of those many challenges that face all people that start almost all real estate transactions, feel free to contact me. You can find my contact details in any of the comments below. So before we dive into this, let me just explain Greater Victoria is made up of three main sections. So we've got the Saanich Peninsula, which we're going to be talking about here. We've got the downtown core area, which consists of downtown Victoria and Saanich. And then we've got the western communities, which consists of Langford, Colwood, Highlands, Machosen, and Souk. So the Saanich Peninsula is one of my favorite places in the Greater Victoria area, and it's located just north of Victoria and offers a unique blend of natural beauty, vibrant community, and here are the pros and cons of living in the Saanich Peninsula. Proximity to nature. The Saanich Peninsula is known for its stunning natural landscapes, including beautiful parks, beaches, and hiking trails. If you enjoy outdoor activities like hiking, cycling, bird watching, then there are plenty of opportunities for you out there. I will add boating to that list as well, because if you're a boating enthusiast, most of the most spectacular boating all takes place and jumps off from the Saanich Peninsula. Another advantage to living in the Saanich Peninsula area is strong community spirit. The Saanich Peninsula has close-knit community where residents often engage in local events, festivals, volunteer activities. It's a place where you can develop meaningful connections with your neighbors and feel a sense of belonging in the community. Now, another thing out there is excellent schools. Now, I graduated from Parklands out there, so clearly it's an excellent place to graduate from. With that said, families with children will appreciate the top-notch schools in the area. Saanich Peninsula boasts a range of quality public and private schools, providing excellent education opportunities for students and adults alike. Another advantage of the Saanich Peninsula is that it has a lot of agricultural land out there. That's why you see such massive properties and acreages that are undeveloped. We have a significant thriving agricultural scene out there. The peninsula is home to numerous farms, orchards, and vineyards, making it an ideal place for food enthusiasts. You'll have access to fresh, locally grown produce and a chance to explore farmers markets and wineries. Another advantage to the Saanich Peninsula is that it's easily accessible amenities. With the Saanich Peninsula, it offers a serene environment and is not too far from the amenities of downtown Victoria. You can enjoy the peace and tranquility of the peninsula while still having the convenience and access of shopping centers and restaurants and cultural attractions. So now that we've gone over all the advantages of living on the Saanich Peninsula, here we go with some of the disadvantages. You have to commute to downtown. That's a given. If you don't live in downtown, you've got to drive to downtown if you work downtown. In order to do so, you're going to travel down the Pat Bay Highway, and occasionally you're going to be in traffic with the ferry traffic. At about 45 minutes after every second hour, you're going to be in ferry traffic. But I must say, that's typically the only time you're going to see a significant amount of traffic. For the most part, the commute in from Saanich Peninsula, well, it is a long drive. It is a continuously moving drive, so it doesn't take much longer. It just seems to have a fair amount more cars on the commute during the peak times. That being said, it moves fairly good. Drawback number 2, having lived out there a significant amount of my life, limited nightlife. If you enjoy a vibrant nightlife and bustling clubs and late night entertainment, I'm afraid you're gonna have to go to Victoria. Saanich Peninsula is not the place for you. Downtown Victoria is. That means you would have to arrange rides or catch a cab, and catching a cab from Victoria to Sydney or Sydney to Victoria, basically anywhere in the Saanich Peninsula, is going to set you back a significant amount, and not always are they going to be reliable. Thankfully, we have Uber coming to Victoria or Greater Victoria soon, so hopefully that will solve these problems. While the Saanich Peninsula has many markets and some towns, we've got Brentwood, we've got Sydney, we've got other little markets and stuff like that, there's still limited shopping opportunities and choices out in the Saanich Peninsula. It's got many boutiques and the same range of shopping as larger urban centers. You might need to travel downtown to Victoria to get certain items and a wider variety of shopping experiences. And another disadvantage is Weather variations. Just like the rest of Vancouver Island, the Saanich Peninsula experiences its share of rain. If you prefer a dry climate, you might want to consider living somewhere else. There is public transportation out in the Saanich Peninsula. However, some of the rural areas out there, they're not going to have quite as extensive of a schedule. So you're going to have to rely on intermittent services, or you're going to have a car, or you're going to have to arrange for some other way to get to and from places, because the public transportation system out there, while expanding all the time, it still doesn't quite serve some of the rural areas that you might find yourself in or want to enjoy while living on the Saanich Peninsula. Well, that concludes our discussion of the pros and cons of living on the Saanich Peninsula. Remember, it's essential to consider both positives and negatives before deciding where you want to live. Join us next time as we'll be exploring another exciting location in Victoria, British Columbia. As always, the highest form of compliment we can receive is the trust to work with you, or the trust you give us when you refer us to a friend, family member. The next highest compliment that we can receive is a comment, a like, or a subscribe to our YouTube channel. So I just want to remind you guys, make sure to comment, like, and subscribe.